Welcome to 2021. Will it end up being a better year this year than the last? I don't necessarily think it'll be night and day better, but I think there will be some improvements. There has to be, or I'm kicking 2021 in the ass. I'm thinking by 2023, maybe things will be a bit more normal. And again, what is normal, right? So, for this stream, I just wanted to do something not different, the same old shit. I'll probably play a little bit of Call of Duty, I'm thinking. I might check out my PS5, I'm not too sure. We'll just kind of see who comes in the chat for a moment. I'll probably get into some Cold War for a little bit. Some of these games here that I generally play, I don't know if they're the most streamer-friendly game. I mean, they could be. I was even thinking of checking out Civilization 6 on the I almost said PS4. PS5 actually runs really smooth. But Shrek Chungus, I don't know if I know who this guy is, says, and I quote, "I got shocked by an electric outlet. Not many good hopes for 2021. Well, you did survive it. But for real, though, did you get zapped? I got zapped too. That's why I got no eyebrows, no hair, nothing. People think it's the chemo, but, it's not. I've been electrocuted a few times, though, all jokes and kidding aside, and it's painful, for real. It's terrible. Oh, yeah, you commented on a few of my videos there. Yeah, I've seen you before. Yeah, I remember. I mean, I don't always remember every single detail about every single person, right? That could be hard to do, especially as I get older, and I catch up to Joe Biden's age. It might be a little bit harder to remember everybody. Oh, so it really did happen. Okay. So I probably shouldn't make fun of that. We'll get going in a moment. You can't see my PS5 screen. I mean, I suppose I can, whatever. Switch it over there. It's funny, I was just doing good with my throat there. And I started noticing, I don't know if and I won't be offended. I need to know this just because I'm curious. I'm actually like dead serious, even though I make a joke out of everything, because that's just kind of like what I do, especially when it has to do with me. I'm allowed to make fun of myself all I damn want. But I did notice something that I do that's beyond my control. Hello, hyena. I'm going to start joining more of your streams. Good. Find about 1,000 other people around the world that want to do the same thing. That would be pretty sweet. But one thing I did notice I do, which is annoying as piss. And by the way, before I keep going on with the rant, I am going to get into a game. Like I said, I'm might check out some Civilization 6 briefly, quickly on the console, on the PS5, see how it performs. I'm probably going to do a little bit of Call of Duty. But again, Call of Duty is not a good game for streaming because as soon as I'm in like ADS mode, sniping mofos left, right, and center, it's hard for me to pay attention to the chat. It's hard for me to engage with my audience of 3 people. You know what I mean? We can laugh at that too. But let's just check out the store while I'm talking. I forget what the hell I was saying. Oh, that's right. I find, and you may find, that I clear my throat a lot. I don't have a cold. You might also notice sometimes, not always, especially if I get really excited, that I blink my eyes a lot, like like a really crazy shit. So I started Googling that, and I was like, oh, cool. So potentially I have this other thing on top of all the other stuff I have. Now, this is self-diagnosis. Mind you, all the other stuff that I actually do have is not self-diagnosis. It was done by medical professionals. But everything came up as damn Tourette's. I was like, really? Do I got that shit? Wouldn't bother me, to be honest with you. Would just go on with the rest of the accolades I have on the list, you know? Happy New Year, Jake Burton. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting because when I'm not as excited, I don't clear my throat as often and I don't blink 182 as much either. By the way, if you're super young, you might not know who Blink 182 is. It's kind of like a joke. I probably blink 182 times in a minute. Anyways, if I have to explain the joke, it's probably not funny. But yeah, I looked that up and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because I notice when I live stream, I clear my throat a lot more than I normally do, and I blink like a bastard, like a lot more, which is why I've made the joke before that if you saw me on the street or you just like were peeking through my window and you saw me like playing guitar or something, you'd be like, that's weird. He's not clearing his throat nearly as much. He's not blinking as much. That's some weird shit. But all kidding aside, though, I looked it up, and supposedly, I'm not saying I have it. I'm just saying, without saying it, that supposedly people with Tourette's, sometimes excitement, stress, and anxiety, which I have all of those, can actually make those tics more apparent. Yeah, and I sniff a lot too. But in my defense, though, the sniffing is the I have bad sinuses, but even when they're clear, I do like. It's like, holy cow. And believe you me, I'm well aware and conscious that I'm doing it. But you have to understand the tick isn't a nervous tick. It's not like I'm nervous to be on camera and I'm all like, oh my God, people are watching me. It's not like that. It's almost like your brain's just like, I can't handle all the excitement. But it's really effing weird because as soon as I turned on the record button, I was like, why am I clearing my throat? I don't think I've cleared my throat for the past few hours because I've been consciously trying really hard not to. And I wanted to talk about it because I watched a few of my streams earlier. Because this year, man, I really want to go balls to the wall with the live streams. I really do. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? But I guess my point is I recognize I do it. No one's ever mentioned anything. But I definitely know that I do it. It's obviously not on purpose. It's annoying as pit. Well, the blinking's not annoying because you don't hear anything. But if I'm always like, I don't even want to get it going. But the throat thing is really bizarre because it, like with tics and stuff, or just any other type of mental psychiatric thing, it's so odd because I catch myself doing it. I'm fully aware of it. And if I try to resist, like if I try to hold back and not clear my throat, it can actually get like really, really uncomfortable. That's how fucking weird it is. And I'm just like, what is that? You know what I mean? Anyway, so then I looked it up, like I said, and I was just like, that is just so weird. Because, you associate people with like Tourette's as like, just yelling obscenities and stuff like that. But again, that's the misconception, right? That everybody does that. Not everybody that's got Tourette's does that. And there's also different, degrees and such. You can have people that have such a mild case of it, you would never even know they had it. But, anyways, it's just something I've had happen to me recently in my life. I feel like I woke up one day and I was just Blink 182, and I was like, why am I doing that? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what is going on here? And, anyways, so I just thought I'd mention that because this is the first time I decided to look into it because I'm also a hypochondriac. I'm one of those people that believes I have everything I read. That's because every time I go to the doctor, I have something new. Oh, you have failing kidneys. Great. I go back. So your pancreas is about to explode. Great. I go back. So you had a stroke. Great. So you're type 2 diabetic. Great. So you have bipolar. Great. Like there's always something big that's going on. It's never just like, oh, you have a cold. Oh, you have a flu. No, it's always like some big dramatic thing. You know what I mean? It's never something just simple. So my hypochondriism, if that's not a word, it is now. 2021 Webster's Dictionary, that is now a word. I just made it up. I was like, let me just look one thing up. And lo and behold, I was like, I kind of fit that category, but not really anything else. Either way, I honestly don't care about labels. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. Hello, Hungry Panda. My worst tick is muffling my ears. What do you mean by that? Like you just cover your ears? Oh, I am getting into some gameplay soon. I know I keep saying that. You know what I should do is just look at this really quick, which is what I'm finally doing, looking at the games. You know what I might do just to start this off, because this has been, oh my god, it's been 10 minutes. There's been no video games. Let me just do a couple of quick matches, because I can like talk and like just have something in the background going for now. And then I might get into some Call of Duty, which, like I said, I love doing, but it's not as streamer friendly. It's a lot harder for me to engage with the people, unless they don't mind my KD going down the toilet. Because my KD, man, I feel like that's always so loud. But yeah, so ticks, they're a bastard. And it's just, like I said, it's just really weird. Like the human body, just in general, like I mean, like just everything. It's very, very intriguing stuff. And like I said, when I don't clear my throat, it's almost like I feel like there's like a lump, like something uncomfortable in my throat. But like I said, I don't have a cold, because no one has a cold for 2 years straight. Plus, it's not a sore throat. You know what I mean? It's like something's tickling in the back of your throat. Well, I mean, I'm good, but I'm bad health-wise. I don't know. It's kind of hard to... It's a little bit contradicting. I mean, I don't have the worst health. There's people in worse health than me. There's people in better health. That's the case for everybody. But it is bad enough, obviously, that I'm on disability, as I've mentioned. It's been half my life already. More than half my life. Which is why I'm doing this hardcore, because I can see this being a thing where it's full-time. I told you I watch these people that have more subscribers than me, of course. And I'm just like, holy cow. I'm like, this dude I've never heard of, just like, I call them nobodies. What I mean by nobodies is they're not like PewDiePie caliber, but they're still big enough that they're making an impact in their bank account. And these people, lots of them, are getting as many views in a day. Some of them twice as many views in a day than I get in a whole month. In a whole effing month. Do you know how insane that is? And I'm like, really? A guy with 100,000 subscribers can generate that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Now you'll have to let me know again. Now it's on hard, and I'm Finn Balor. You'll have to let me know again, is the game and the commentary too loud? Like, was that too loud right there? Because on my end, it's actually pretty decent, because I did fix it. I was told I had ODD. ODD or OCD? Because I got mad at a teacher, but I had been experiencing an asthma attack, and she had... Oh, sorry, and she was stressing me out, telling me to get back to work. Pissed me off. Yeah. Oh, oppositional defiance disorder. I got that. I swear to God, I'm not just making that up. It just clicked in, ODD. I was like, oh yeah, I got that. I just don't do good with authority, with people thinking they own me and they can tell me what to do. Here's what you're worth. Here's when you're going to show up. Here's where you're going to show up. How you're going to show up. How you're going to talk. How you're going to walk. How you're going to address people. Bitch, let me be my own person. I get it. Structure. So it's probably not hard for any of you to believe, you know, all 6 people in here, that I never would have been good in the military, because I come from a military background. Although I did good in martial arts. I was an assistant instructor, very proud of that. Did years of teaching for free. It was all volunteer. Very proud of that. And I did well. It helped with my ADHD and all that kind of stuff. It kind of put me in check. My senseis put me in check respectfully. Did a lot of good for me mentally, physically as well. Happy New Year. Nice to catch you live again due to the time difference. Oh, in the UK. Yeah. Hello, Anthony. Oh, I do too, man. I hope this year is really good. I mean, I guess we're off to a decent start because there's been so much bad stuff in 2020. What the hell was that? Anyways, I just thought I'd play a little bit of this, like I said, because it's casual. It's something that I can play, sort of have in the background as I'm chatting. As I've mentioned before over and over again, I am Finn Balor, the dude in all the paint that's doing all the funky moves. There's people I know that are into video games that live stream every day. They get thousands of people in their stream, and all they do is what I do. Talk, but with no games. Here, you're getting a bonus. You're getting the talking and the gaming. Air Force Balor. Looks like he crashed. Went a little off the runway there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if I can sort of psychologically, in all seriousness here, and we can joke about it, it's okay. If I can consciously catch myself always wanting to clear my throat. The blinking of the eyes, I don't give a shit because you can't hear that. Plus, I wear glasses. You probably can't even really see the reflection, how often I blink my eyes anyways. And see if I can actually try to somehow maybe control it. I find the less I do it, the easier it's to do it, if that makes any sense. But if I'm on like a roll and my throat is already kind of like, for the lack of a better term, warmed up, I find it almost impossible. There are times, believe it or not, that I've not streamed or recorded because I couldn't stop myself from clearing my throat every 5 seconds, every 2 seconds. It was absolutely insane. I was like, this is absolute horse shit. Sometimes it's because I have a migraine headache. Sometimes it's because of that. It's just like, man. But anyways. Are you Cesar? I'm Balor. What's expected of me? Allow me to do everything you tell me to do to a T. Would you like an ask it? Yeah, really. I have nothing against the later WWE games, but I always loved the older styled ones. Yeah. Yeah, like SmackDown versus Raw, Here Comes the Pain. Just some of the older ones are pretty great. You're going to get a PS3. This is Jack. Well, hello. Thank you, Jack. La Bombard. Interesting name. Is that your real last name? That's a pretty cool name. Now, don't you have a PS4, though, Anthony? Or are you trying to be funny now? Like, I get, it might be a while till you get a PS5. Oh, see, I did it. That was legitimate, though. That was for me drinking my Pepsi. He's able to absorb even more damage, and he's even more vicious than ever. Don't the positives outweigh the negatives? Anyhow, I'm just rambling on. Like I said, and I say this often, I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. I'm a little bit early today. I just really like streaming. I just like recording and all that kind of fun stuff. And I know that, a couple people like to come in fairly often enough. You could see me there. I caught it. It was uncomfortable. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about it because that's going to end up being more annoying than me actually doing it. I'm only going on about it now because I'm blown away by the information that I found online. Especially when it mentioned the excitement, stress, and anxiety can actually trigger the tics to be more frequent. I was like, that would explain it. This is on hard difficulty. It's not quite on legendary. Oh, I find WWE 2K20 not by a long shot, just a smidgen more difficult than 19. Because in 19, I always played on Legendary. I'm a Legendary kind of guy. In this game, I'm hard. Like the difficulty, that is. I'm getting excited there. Which will actually bring me to my other point. So that was a bit of a cringy comment there that I just made. And I'll explain to you why that's a big deal in 2021. I also feel like I have a hard time explaining myself when I'm in the middle of playing a game and I always have to pause the game. That could be a little bit frustrating too. Let's just kick his ass with the coup de grace. It's not gras, it's gras. It's français, tabarnak. Envoie, donne-y la claque, mon tabarnak. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Ring the bell. Now I forget what I was going to say. Shrek, I wish you luck. I'm still lucky if I was able to get one. Kick-ass Phil. PS3 are now 20 years old. Yeah, they're old. You're watching this on your PS4. Hello. Sakurai. I will not rub in that I'm on a PS5. But the main reason I do mention it a lot, and it's a valid thing, it's not because I'm trying to flex. I'm just not that kind of person. It's because it's legitimately me wanting to showcase how some of these different games run on the newer console to show people how great almost every game is. Like in terms of the speed and all that, right? Not necessarily the graphics, just the sheer like bang, bang, bang. Like it's just quick, it's snappy. It's pretty incredible. Anthony, you know, you're a funny guy. Do I know who Finn Balor? I was just playing as Finn Balor. I know who he is. Do I know who he is? Hello, Derek. How's it going? How's the new year going so far? I had a point I was trying to say. Oh, about the comments. See, this is why I have to do this sometimes. Okay, let me close this game. It's confusing me. I want to share this with you before I get into anything else. Bear with me. Kind of boring, I know. But it actually almost gave me a panic attack earlier. It was a pretty big deal. You got 4 subs. That's cool. That's about how many viewers I get on my live streams. Okay. There was a guy, actually more than a guy. There was a guy, a girl, tons of guys, tons of girls on Reddit. I know what you're thinking. Oh boy. No, they weren't trolling. And they were talking about how their channels got shut down. I'm talking about like just in the last couple days. And a lot of these people had been on YouTube like me, like their account was active for 15, 16 years, whatever. And whether or not they were uploading, like they were a content creator or a content watcher, whatever you want to call them, a peeping Tom, a YouTube Tom, a Tom tube. Okay, I'll stop. They were like, wow, I just lost my channel for supposed repeated abusive comment. You know what? Why am I talking about it? Why don't I just show you what I'm talking about? Because it's actually like a massive deal, and you'll see why it kind of gave me a bit of a panic. How do I do this? Kaboom! It went black. There we go. Let me just switch my input on my TV so I can catch up with what you are seeing. Now let me pull up my web browser. Let me find it. Again, not the most interesting thing, but I did want to bring this up because I think it's an incredibly important thing. I also feel like even though I'm a incredibly small-time YouTuber, I feel like I still want to share information with people to aid them in their journey if they plan on doing YouTube. You're a huge WWE fan? Me too. I love just wrestling in general. Did you hear that starting after the Royal Rumble, WWE is going back to TV 14, so no more PG? I think I'm aroused. Same. John Cena. WWE is going to be more adult content. Awesome. Hey, Phil, if I get PS Plus, Do you think you might want to play COD War with me? My user's Travis, if you want to add me. I'm banned until the 17th, though. You're a bad, bad man. Shouldn't be an issue, as in violence and blood, right? So let's address what Shrek said first about wanting to COD with me. Know this. I don't care if you add me on Twitter. I'm one of those YouTubers that I'll never gate weird content behind having to subscribe to my channel. What I mean by subscription, I don't mean like you're subscribed to my channel as in you're following me. I mean like subscribe where you like pay me every month. I might start that up this year just to kind of see how it works. And I've mentioned this before that I'm not going to do these weird things where if you pay me residually every month, like $1, $2, whatever, I'm not going to, unfortunately, give you extra stuff. I have nothing extra to give. I'm giving everything that I can now for free. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll do something like, oh, first tier, pay me $5 a month. You can follow me on Twitter, or you can have my Snapchat, or just some weird shit like that. Again, I'm not actually legitimately making fun of people that do that, because those people are actually really successful, and it's hard for a person like me to make fun of someone who's successful, but I'll still go ahead and do it a little bit. It's just a bit weird. I just want people to have all that access right up front. I don't want any type of gating bullshit. I want it so that if people subscribe, kind of like a Twitch membership, you're doing it for the sake of donation. It's purely support related. There's no expectation that you're getting anything extra, which is what's really cool with Twitch. Twitch subscriptions work on the basis of you're not expecting extra from your Twitcher or whatever the hell they're called. You're just supporting them. YouTube has a completely different stance. They're really expecting you to go out of your way to do all these things for your peeps that are subscribed to you, like, ooh, exclusive live streams. It's like, well, shit. It's bad enough I only get 3-4 people in my live stream, so what, I'm going to gate it to the one person that subscribes to me? You know what I mean? And block out the other 3 people that want to watch. Oh, I can't watch because I didn't pay this guy $2 this month. I just think it's a bit silly, to be honest. I guess my point was, because I kind of went all over the place, is you can add me on Twitter. You can try and add me on PlayStation. I don't know if you could follow me. I don't know if I'll add you back, and that sounds a bit, snobby, but it's not, I rest assured. I usually have real friends on there that I've known for 20, 30 years on there, and my list is almost full. I have about 60 people on there right now currently that I'm too lazy to delete because I have no idea who in the blue pineapple they are. Like, I have no idea who they are. I don't know how we added each other, why we added each other. We don't even have any games in common. It's just really messed up. But if I have the time, is what I'm getting at, we can try to figure out something, where we can play. But generally, when I play games, I'm streaming or I'm recording. So it could be hard to line up, is what I'm finally getting at. Yeah, I think I'm near. I'm not worried about hitting the max. I don't even want to be at 100, right? We'll just get into this quickly, and then I'll do some Call of Duty. This is very important to me, and I think it might be important to you. I did that on purpose, by the way. I shouldn't have done that because it might trigger the tick. Let's read this. YouTube has terminated, not me, my account after 8 years of thousands of videos saved. All gone. Thanks, YouTube. They claim it was because of abusive comments. However, they are not showing anything specific. I've never received any warning or violations. And this is right from YouTube. This is like really scary, man. Really, really scary. Thank you for contacting us, YouTube says. We have carefully reviewed your account appeal. Your account was terminated due to repeated abusive comments that violate our community guidelines. Although YouTube is a platform for expression of all kinds, we do not allow hateful and or harassing comments on YouTube. See our help center for more information about our policies prohibiting hate speech and harassment. We've determined that your account will remain Aladdin terminated. You won't be able to access or create any other YouTube accounts. You're like canceled for life. That's a membership for life. You're canceled for life. For more information about account terminations, please visit our help center. Sincerely, the YouTube team. And this was just recent. This was like a week before Christmas. And I repeat, what I'm about to say next is not a fucking joke. I'm being fucking dead serious right now. That shit could make some fucking people hoof themselves out the fucking window. I'm not even kidding. There are people out there that this is their life. Mind you, this guy's not a content creator. So no offense, he's not making any money. It's not like he's got a mortgage, a wife and kids that he supports, and all of a sudden he's just canceled. My point with this story, though, is there are people that are content creators like me, just more relevant, that are getting canceled and legitimately haven't done anything. Like they never got an email warning saying, hey, take it easy. So this kind of goes back for the few people that are in here to those times. Hello, Manny. How's it going? Where I seem a little strict on my streams. If we're saying certain things and I seem to get touchy and I'm like, oh, cut it out. And then everybody's like, I thought this dude was laid back. Why is he all like social justice warrior shit? This is it right here. This is the reason why. Sakurai. I'm not pointing the finger at you, but I'm just saying, remember all those times? Sometimes I'd be like, hey, can we, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of dial it back a bit. This is why. This is why. Because these people are flipping out. Now, look at all the comments. Now, mind you, this isn't really like a nice comment. Kind of hilarious to read all these complaints from people who aren't even bothering to deny that they made hate comments. But they actually are, though, because a lot of the people are saying they didn't do anything, and I do believe them. I think some people may have done something wrong and weren't aware of it. The reason I believe these people, you're looking at them. You're looking at the bad guy. That was a cringy Razor Ramon impression. I don't care. I did it. I've had this happen to me on Twitter, but Twitter warned me, slow down, slow down. There was I don't even know if I want to say it on here. It's kind of pathetic, eh? I'm actually nervous to say verbally what I said on Twitter because it got me in trouble there, and it wasn't actually all that bad. I'll kind of beat around the bush as to what I said, just so you kind of get the extent of how not so serious it was. There's a pastor, he's a fake pastor. He refuses to wear a mask. He wants to keep his churches open. He's a huge Trump supporter. Doesn't think COVID-19 is anything. He thinks it's actually lease. He thinks it's like 10% of what the flu is and all these things. Anyways, he was just going on Twitter. I didn't say anything like vile or like, you know what I mean? Like hateful. I just said, you're a fake pastor. And for the lack of a better term, I said, why don't you go, get lost, go play in a field. The expression was like, go think about your stupidity. That's actually what I meant. But instead of saying in a field, for some odd reason, I said traffic. So that might have been construed as I was trying to suggest to him that he should do something that would hurt him, which wasn't my intention. I got straight the fuck up. I got canceled on Twitter for that. I've said a lot worse on YouTube. Believe me, I have. I spent 3 hours looking through my comments today from shit I said 10 years ago. I was like, you know what? I take that back and I take that back. Because some people have been banned on YouTube, hadn't even made a comment in like over a year. So they have a feeling that the algorithm machines are starting to filter through all these like keywords. And if you don't line up with what YouTube considers as A-OK, you're severed for life. And I think that can be, yes, I know who Luke Harper is, Rob Huber, Brody Lee, his son. Yeah, it's sad. I hate talking about that crap. It's depressing. But yes, I know who he is. Hello, Stotts. How's it going? I love to play some Cold War with you. It's fun watching. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not that good at the game, but like I said, there's no reason as long as like I'm around and stuff like that. You can add me to that Activision thing. I don't know how to do that. Like we're within Call of Duty, you can add people, not just like PSN or like Steam, but like within the game itself, if that makes any sense. And we can try that sometime. See? This was just 14 hours ago. The same thing happened to me. Says ad. I've been using YouTube for 11 years with no issues. Then today, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I was banned for these supposed abusive comments, despite no mention of what those comments actually were. To permanently ban a long term user from a platform without any warning whatsoever or any specific evidence of wrongdoing is absolutely pathetic and beyond draconian, in my opinion. Now, the person says, sad, same thing happened to me last week. I also had so many saved videos on my account. Thought, though I don't really complain because I admit, I admit I actually deserved that. Yeah, I admit I went a little overboard with my actions one time. But my problem now is how YouTube is now ghosting the comments in my new account like crazy. Even for comments that are not about politics and neither disrespect the guidelines. I've gotten political in a lot of my stuff. So I'm all right. I mean, yes, I know Eric Rowan. Yeah. I mean, I'm all right, Stotts. I mean, I'm a little bit stressed out. I'm a little bit excited. Mixed feelings, mixed emotions going on with what's been going on with a lot of people getting terminated on YouTube. Oh, that's fine, Tyrone. I haven't even really been around much myself. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, he needs to get unbanned first. But now, if you don't mind me asking, is your ban justified? Can you admit that your ban was justified? Or did you not do anything wrong? You don't have to tell us what it is. I'm just curious if you can be like, yeah, I kind of screwed up. I mean, I've gone overboard a couple times. I've never been banned. And then there's times where I don't go overboard and I get banned on Twitter. On YouTube, I can't afford that. Oh, okay. So you can understand why they did it. Okay. Which is comforting. It's when people are legitimately like, I have no idea. But this is another one here, and this is like pretty serious. You probably said something that was not entirely supportive of the transgender agenda. It seems to be the utmost taboo these days. And that's true, eh? That kind of goes to my next point. It's kind of scary when you can't disagree with something, even when you're doing it in a non-hateful way, right? I'm not going to touch those topics after what I just said, but sometimes there are certain things that I'm like, I don't fully understand that. Help me try to understand it. I get this, but that part I don't really get, like of any topic I'm talking about. And it's pathetic that I have to feel like I have to walk on eggshells and I have to feel like I got to hold back because, oh no, you know, that might be like my whole life. Like that is pretty wild. Nice background from social media despite not using most of them. Yeah. Well, so what happened? Let's talk about that. I've got my snake tank behind me. It's a little bit too big. And I'm in a full-size bedroom here for the computer room. And I have a green screen that I bought back in the summer, right? When I got my fancy microphone and all that. And I was trying to do like the whole, moving background and all that kind of stuff. And then I bought a frickin' $230 light that works off of Wi-Fi that I could turn on and off with my phone. Remember that? And I was having like the clouds and the matrix and all these funky backgrounds and the border flashing and all that. Yeah, then I found out that was chewing up like 25% of my CPU. For one, it was too much. Then something happened with my lighting. I don't know like what happened, but with one of my settings, I couldn't get my green screen to blank out properly. So I was getting a lot of artifacting, ghosting, almost like static electricity looking going around my face. And it was just making the quality of everything look shit. So I was like, man, I spent $150 on that green screen. Like that's not pocket money. And I was just really annoyed. So what I ended up doing was trying my best to get it working, couldn't get it working. So I started throwing up these photography backdrops on top of it, hanging off of my green screen. I'm like, paid $150 for it, can't get my money back. I might as well use it to throw something up there. Then I don't have to use the green screen. Get it? So I started playing around with that one with the that looks like I'm in a barn, with like the wood in the background. But there was like a lot of wrinkles in it. And then today I was cleaning up, I was vacuuming behind there. Long story short, I went to put it back up and it looked like the wrinkles were worse. I think I wrinkled it too much and it can be ironed. I'm just lazy. Can you see me ironing? Like for real? Mind you, that behind me is ironed. By the way, those are my frickin' window curtains. Those are my curtains for my window. I have real blackout curtains. But then on top of that, just for the aesthetic, I got the bling bling. I got some nice silky, shiny, glittery, because I'm fucking weird like that, blinds. So I looked up at my window and I was like, you know what? It'd be a bright idea if I took that shit and I just hoofed it back there for now. But it was also wrinkled. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But I used like a steamer to get rid of the wrinkles. So I did that. I was just like, yeah, let's just kind of throw it up there. It's not perfect, but I wanted to do that um, because I don't want, you could be thinking to yourself, well, why don't you just have the green? Like without activating the green screen, why don't you just have you and then behind you is the green? Because the green is bright as piss. It's like bright green and it's really off putting and it just looks really odd and it casts shadows really bad and it just looks kind of creepy. So it doesn't look very clean or professional. So instead, throwing some tacky ass window curtain uh, seemed to be the call. I'm probably going to try and iron out that wooden thing. It's actually made of like a plastic. It's almost like a sheet, but it's like a tough sheet, like laminated. And you can iron them. You just have to take like a towel, put it on top, then take a steamer, put it on lower, an ironer, and you like iron it, get rid of the wrinkles and shit like that. And anyways, that's where that came from. I used profanity, but some dipshite reported the chat getting kicked out of our team, and me or two others are banned. That's all you did, honest to God, on PSN, is you used profanity? Wow. I hate playing teams. We're all talking trash, having a good time, and some kids just report us. Yeah. Filming team. Oh, Fortnite short films. Yeah. Oh, anyways. So that's my point. I'm freaked out with this. Because what I've gathered from this is it's not so much people swearing, like if you're recording like I'm doing, or holy shit balls, or it's apparently going on other people's channels, their videos, and saying some shit. I didn't have too many nice things to say about some YouTubers. I was really nasty, and I deleted all those comments today. Because it's kind of scary that you could say something that's not really hateful. Like it's nasty, but not like hateful nasty, right? And that can get you banned forever. If it wasn't for me getting paid every month and this almost replacing my disability, I wouldn't care. For the first few years, I wasn't even registered on YouTube. I just watched YouTube. I didn't even have like an actual thing that I signed into. I just bookmarked. Do you know what I'm saying? All my favorite videos, I bookmarked them in my web browser. I didn't add them to a playlist, right? I still do that to this day. To be honest, I don't even, anyways. The worst thing I said was an F bomb, but they treat it like I said the N word. Yeah, see that's a big thing. I had a girl come in a couple of weeks ago right after I said, don't joke around about that because I will call you out. Call me a social justice warrior. If you use the N word, that's it. It's not funny. but then she said it. But she said the slang version of the N-word. So like the slightly more endearing version of the word, if that makes any sense. You know, the one that ends in the letter A, not the one that ends in the letter ER. And then she goes, LOL. I was like, okay, we just talked about this. Like, it's not even edgy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even funny, which is why I always think it's so pathetic when people do that. It's like it's just not funny. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the humor behind it, but whatever. But yeah, that's why this is a big deal. That's why moving forward, I may have to really tread lightly as to how I talk, and I may have to get hard on some people that just do whatever, especially in the stream, because that can affect me. Like if I notice it and I don't address it, that can get me in trouble. It's like you might not make hundreds of dollars a month on YouTube, but I do, So it is a pretty big deal. Anyways, it's just people talking about how they lost everything. And it's pretty bad. Why didn't YouTube delete the comments instead? Give us a warning. I think that's what they should do. I'm not going to show you the video, but speaking of the N word, which is actually relevant to the conversation, there's a comedy skit of some white people, and the girl, white girl, calls the white guy the N word for taking the last donut out of the box. And it's got like millions of views, and the guy's got like 200 subscribers. It gets so many views a month. The guy probably makes half of what I make every month off that one racist video. That's how messed up YouTube is. I reported the video, it did nothing. But watch me get canned because I told Keemstar he's a pile of shite. Do you know what I mean? No, like how does that even compare to calling someone the N-word because they took the last donut? Like you know what I mean? There's no consistency, I guess is my point. That's what makes it scary. It's like where does YouTube go? Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Well, let that one go. But this one here, oh, he called him a piece of shit. He called him a pile of, oh, wow. A pile is like, that's big. That's it. You're gone. Like, what? But call him the N word for taking the last donut. Well, let that one go. Well, let that one go. I don't get it. There's a guy, and then we'll get into some Call of Duty. There's a guy called Mark Dice, and I'm not going to play the video. You'll have to Google it yourself because I don't want to get in trouble. Dude's a YouTuber. He's mad successful. I'll never touch this guy. Like 10% of what this guy is, I'll never be able to match it. But he's a white guy, and he does these things where he takes a camera, goes talks to people, and he was talking to all these black people, and he's asking them, "Hey man, can I get the N pass so I could say the N word? Is it okay if I'm all like ma, na 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 na?" And he says the word. He says the word. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't hesitate. He has no uncomfortableness to him. It's so nonchalant. It's almost like saying, "Hey, my bro." But he's calling these black people the N-word. He's saying my na 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 na. And he's asking for the pass. My point is, all these years later, this dude still has a YouTube channel. You see where I'm going with this? What the hell am I allowed to say and not say? Is all I'm getting at. That's where it gets really scary. That's kind of like the whole point of this shit that I spent time showing you that I was trying to get at. You just don't know what is going to make it and what's not going to make it. That's going to get your ass kicked permanently. That's pretty scary. Kids think the N-word is funny because they don't know about slavery. Well, or they do, but they just don't care. They don't care. That's the problem. Because to some people, it's just a word. It's not like they're pulling a gun or a knife out on you. And you know, to me it's just it's sick. There's like 80,000 words in the dictionary. About 287,000 in total, but most of those words are no longer used in everyday language. And I'm thinking, out of all those words in the English language, can't you think of another? Make a new word up that describes someone. Call them a dingus. What the hell's a dingus? Exactly. Call them a dingleberry. You know what I mean? Call them a farfanugan. What the hell's that? Exactly. Make something up. Be original. Don't be that guy. You know what I mean? Or that girl. But yeah. What? Not too bad. Chintin, Sujay. How's it going? Okay. Let me get this straight. I watch a meme channel called Neat. They love, including the N word, but it's okay because he wasn't the one who made the meme. So it's okay. Let me make sure I understand. So he's a white guy, but he has a video on his channel of a black guy saying the N word. Is that what you're saying? And it's like meme related? Is that what you're getting at? But anyhow, that's, like I said, it's messed up. Just the whole thing with YouTube is what I'm saying. For the few people that are in here, if you're ever looking to get on YouTube, just be really mindful with what you say, what you type on other people's comments. Apparently, it's on other people's comments that it's a lot worse. Tons of people in the last couple of days, tons of people. Before I got terminated for hateful comments, when I only made one comment to the channel, it was on a gaming clickbait video saying something against a creator, laughing my ass off. And I believe that because I know of a fairly big YouTuber who's got 1 million subscribers, Rich from Review Tech USA, who used to follow me on Twitter. Now he doesn't anymore. I must have said something he didn't like. Whatever. He's a nice guy, though. He streams a lot. He's the guy I told you about that he doesn't stream games anymore, just talks like I do, gets thousands of people in the stream. It's pretty cool. He gives me hope that maybe one day I can get 100 people in my stream. And he made, I saw the video, so I know it's true. And he showed how it got the strike. I watched the entire video. None of this like cherry picking shit. I watched the whole video because it was only like 3 minutes long. He said nothing wrong. He called the guy out non-aggressively, non-hatefully, no slurs, no bad language, nothing. It was just calling the guy out on clickbaiting people, saying this is not how you build a computer. You're really misleading people. This is wrong and it's ridiculous, like that kind of thing. And it was an actual video response. And he got in some shit. He got some restrictions. He wasn't able to upload for a week or something like that. And he does this thing full time. Like that's how he supports his family and his kids and all that. Like he's a full-time YouTuber. Rich from your Review Tech USA. So I know that that can happen. I've seen it with my own two eyes. That can happen. And the guy didn't even say anything. Meanwhile, I can be like, hey, F you, you piece of, rotten pineapple. And then that's okay. So it's, it's that inconsistency. So, but is the dude white and is the person that says the N word black? Anyways, it sounds like it's weird if that's all he's obsessed with, but yeah. Anyways, I wanted to show you this. To me, it's really important. And it's kind of scary. Especially this one. You just got banned because one of your comments from 6 years ago has a substring FUCK, and that means you're a really bad person. YouTube is supposed to be kid-friendly and family-friendly. Yeah, it's pretty wild. My last account supposedly got banned for child endangerment, someone said, despite none of my videos featuring a child. Unless you want to include me and my friends who were 14 and 15 at the time, when he was 15 himself. Asked them how I endangered any children when videos were just me and my friends playing games, and the bastards just replied with the termination email. That's crazy, eh? Because I know that some of these people aren't lying. I know that some of these people legitimately like they did nothing. It's like Markiplier. You guys know Markiplier? Markiplier is like he's a huge YouTuber. I wish I was like that dude. He got a permanent strike on his channel. You get 3 strikes, you're done. And he got 1 on his channel for supposedly endangerment, but not child endangerment, just like endangerment. But it was like a funny meme thing again. It was like a fake accident or something like that. I can't remember all the details. It wasn't even a real accident, like car accident or something like that. And he was watching it, doing a reaction to it, and that got him a permanent strike on his channel that they will not remove. Markiplier. But you see what I'm saying though? Like that's anyways, I know I just keep going. I wasn't even going to stream, like I said, but I did. Let me do at least one match so that we can end this on like not such a dramatic thing. Almost every video, blue pineapple. Yeah. It seems like YouTube has caused content creators genuine problems for several years now. I've had comments deleted, which is frustrating, but that's nothing compared to losing a source of income. Yeah. It was a road rage. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it because I don't remember the full details of it. I just know that it wasn't justifiable for him to get a permanent strike. It is scary because, I could tell you this sincerely. This is like really sincere. Like I do this full time in that with all my time that I have, I dedicate it to this because I want this to be, the thing. I'm already like 3/4 of the way there, if not like 80% of the way there. Yeah, I'm about 3/4 of the way there to having this right here, the 4 people in here, have this replace my entire disability. That's huge. That's massive. Like it's actually happening. And it's been consistent since the moment I was monetized. It's not like I'm a one-hit wonder and I only got paid once and I did okay 1 month. No, every single month on YouTube, I'm slowly. Sometimes I plateau. I never dip. Sometimes I plateau for a couple months, but I always slowly creep up with the money. There's always more gravy getting poured on the fucking potatoes. Soon it's going to be a gravy soup with a couple clumps of potatoes in it. I'm craving mashed potatoes with gravy, by the way, if you couldn't tell. And if I lost this, I would be fucked. Mentally, I would be fucked. Financially, I would just go back to where I've been for half my life, which is piss fucking broke. 9,000 a year US dollars. I mean, I'm Canadian, but most people are American, so I do the US currency things. Canadian numbers are inflated. But making under 2 digits, for income, that's not cool. In 2021, making 9K a year, that's what I make. That's pathetic. Like that's terrible. But it's legitimate why I'm on the system. So that's why, like I said, after all those years, I was like, you know what? Let me try and make something of myself. Let me at least try. And I was blown away by how quickly I started, getting things happening around here. Not in the live streams. Those aren't going anywhere. Let's be real. I've been live streaming now for half a year. Numbers are the same. But like I said, my YouTube channel as a whole, though, it's growing. It's going places, and it's really wonderful. But if I ever, for something out of my control, for something that I didn't do, this just went down the toilet, for me, there is no plan B. The plan B is simply to go back to plan A, which is just being fucked for the rest of my life and just waiting it out, twiddling my thumbs with my 9K a year until I keel over, you know what I mean, of old age. So it would be pretty wild. That's why this is such a big deal, right? It's not like I can just be like, YouTube wasn't going all that well anyways. Do you know how many hours at Best Buy or Walmart I would have to work, even if I was physically, mentally capable of doing that, to get the same amount of revenue that I'm getting from this shit? Plus, I get to do this on my own terms. You know what I mean? It's catered to my lifestyle. So I would be screwed. There is no plan B. The next plan would be to I don't know. Go on Twitter, keep making videos, and hope that like a celebrity notices me and is like, hey man, do you want to co-star with me in a movie? Like, which would never happen, but my point is that would be like legitimately my only other hope. That's not good. That's why I'm like, I gotta tread carefully here. I gotta be real effing careful with what the hell I say and talk about. Because it's just not worth me potentially literally jeopardizing the rest of my life. Oh yeah, that would be something. He just seems like such a legitimate good person, you know, never mind all the him giving money away and stuff. But he definitely does seem pretty good of a person. I don't know how he got all his money. What's a warning? Shrek says. I don't know. I've never gotten one. But supposedly some people aren't getting the warning, which is what's really scary. Sorry, let me just look at the... That's a bit of a weird bundle. We don't even get a weapon. We get a woman. We get a kick in the nuts. Fitting. A kick in the nuts. A double agent. An emblem. Okay. Seriously? I'm going to pay 1,200 CP points for that? Yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't know how Mr. Beast got his all his money. I really have no idea. All right, who cares about this? Let me go to my weapons. Level 21 on the AK. Might do a little bit of the AK-74U. A little bit just to kind of get it caught up a bit. Excuse me. Test, I've been doing okay with the Krig. The Krig has been interesting. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Cobra Red Dot. Yeah, we'll do that. Appearance, reticle. Let's do... Yeah, we'll stick with that. And... should I put an optic on this? Quick dot LED. Let's just try it. Let's just get into a match. Do you see why sometimes I don't even bother streaming? There's times I spend 10, 15 minutes looking at all my attachments and stuff. Like, nobody wants to see that. No, I meant that YouTube doesn't know what warnings are. They just... Oh, right. Well, that's not normal, though, because Mr. Beast literally gives away, like, millions of dollars. Like, I mean... I get if you make millions, it's easy to give thousands. But he actually gives millions to people. Give me a second here, sorry. Oh, man. Starting to feel really warm here. Whoa. Ah, I almost had him. Bitch. Alright. Let's get him. You bitch. Oof. Light a fire. That's the only way. Oh. Remember, when I play this game... Bam. Shit. Oh, what the... Okay, I need to get warmed up here. Seriously? Motherfucker. Oh, that's red. Those things will kick your ass in like one hit. Now, the knife is stupid. How you can just run around so easily like that in one hit. You can shoot someone with an AK-47 a couple of times, they won't die. But if they knife you, forget it. Definitely by far the worst match I've had since I've started Call of Duty. I always have way more kills than I do deaths. And I feel like I'm lagging, and I am too. Why do I always fucking lag in this game? Oh, I had no bullets left. Cocksucker. Not much, Lornal. How's it going? Fuck that guy. Yeah, there's something going on with this. That's my guy. Oh, he was behind me. Wow, that's the absolute worst match I've ever had. This is starting to look like Modern Warfare 219. That's how I used to play. Really fucking shitty. In my defense, I'm also using a weapon I'm not good with at all. But you see how fast-paced this shit is. You just boom, boom, boom into the action. Like it's just wild, even with all the times me dying. Boom! Fucker. You see that shit? That was a beautiful shot. Tired of getting set on fire. I see it. Right there. Anyways, you could see why this game can be fun. Exhilarating. You die a lot. You get right back into the action. But it's terrible for streaming with interaction. Because as soon as I start looking at the chat, that just like ruins everything. And I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, I'm just not good with this gun. I don't like the knife. Happy New Year. I don't like that knife. It's boring looking. Fuck you. Right in the dick. Ah, I knew he was there. But at least I caught up. I'm okay with that. Because, man, I was off to a rough start. And I almost caught back up to 1-1. So I'm okay with that. That's the Gallo SA-12, eh? Yeah, that's the shotgun. Didn't he make a video on that? On how he gets the money? I don't know. What guns do I want? Oh, I don't know. I think I have the ones I want. It's just about... Oh. Just about figuring out what weapons I want to stick with. But you see what I mean, though? Like, I have fun. Man, do I ever have fun with this. But I'm not going to lie. It's not really relaxing, if that makes any sense. Enjoyable, but not relaxing. And especially not in a live stream setting. Not even close. 200% vehicle damage, that does nothing. 40% velocity. We need 80% velocity, 8%. Yeah, that would be pretty good. That's at level 21. Oy, I'm far from that. I mean, I do want to work on this weapon a little bit, but... Oh, okay. I used to be a good sniper in Battlefield. In this game, I don't get a lot of kills. It's a much slower playstyle. So I tend not to do that at all. I haven't unlocked it yet. Soon, I'll have it unlocked. Yeah, see the knife? I've never bothered. Never bothered with the knife. Alright, let's just get back into the action. Maybe do another round. Maybe I'll end it after that. It's already been over an hour live streaming. I don't like live streaming for too long a time. Because like I said before, I don't have a lot of time to myself to just kind of like decompress fully. If that makes any sense. I think people understand that, eh? It's not like this isn't relaxing. But it's a different kind of relaxing when you can just ignore everything and just kind of like zone in. Like I play better, I do better. I enjoy the game, no offense, better when there's just nobody around. No one's watching, no one's talking, I'm not talking. It's definitely a different experience. Things like World of Warcraft, I actually prefer to play while I'm live streaming, even if there's only a couple people in the stream. Mac 10. Now, let's try that again. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this year, overall. With everything. I really do want to go hardcore on my guitar playing. And thinking of other content to upload to YouTube.
Securing Charlie. Capture the objective.
Oh, would you just capture it already?
We've pulled ahead. Losing C.
I got him, but of course I gotta die right after. That's just how it goes in this game. Yeah, I'm just not finishing people off quick enough. I feel like this gun is really weak compared to what I normally use. Which is why I'm getting a lot less kills. Holy cow. Watch this. Too much kickback. Fucking submachine gun. Yeah. I can't do it with this gun. I do way better with an AK-47. And my frames keep fucking dropping and it's pissing me off. Because my computer just can't handle this shit. Yeah, I can't get anyone with this gun. And the lag is absolutely driving me insane.
Detected in your AO.
Not like server lag, but like actual performance lag from my computer.
Enemy has Bravo.
It's just so jarring, eh? Yeah, this is fucked up. It's weird because some days I could play this game at 60 frames, no problem. And some other days, it's like it's impossible. Ah, fucking hell. The vaccine, probably not for a while. I'm probably not a suitable candidate for it. I have a lot of health issues and allergy concerns. So it's probably going to be a while. First of all, until it's even available in my area. And then to where my doctor feels it's safe for me to take it. Holy fuck, seriously? Come on. Oh, that's my guy. Always a good idea not to... I swear to fuck. I'm in that fucking C4. Yeah, those frames dropping, and I don't get that, by the way, when I'm not streaming. The camera and my recording and streaming takes up 22% of my fucking CPU. So my shit can't handle it. Those guns are bullshit. But the biggest bullshit is by far my computer. But I have decided this year that too fucking bad, I'm not upgrading it. I'm not spending $2,000 on this bullshit. No fucking way. It's too much money for what I'll get out of it just to play a couple games.
Pull it together. We can still take this. Losing Alpha.
We got some people.
Taking Charlie.
Ah, you fucking slut.
Time.
Kinda, it spread really fast. That's what ended up happening. What the hell's that KSP-45? Well, I mean, I do definitely better with some other weapons, but I want to get used to certain weapons.
Seize the objectives. Secure. Enemy top C.
You know what I don't know how to do? Lay on your stomach in this game. Full prone? Every time I try it, it doesn't work. trying to catch up to make it an even 1-to-1. Yeah, X, see? That's what I mean. And then if I do Z, it tells people, it puts a waypoint on the map. C is to crouch. Like, I've tried every fucking key on the keyboard. I can't figure out how to go prone. Oh, you fuck. I'm hitting him. Does nothing. Oh, he's going around with the tube grenade. Or he already has master. That's kind of fucked up. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That's actually insane that he already has the master, the highest rank in the game. Eat a fucking dick. Look at that. With the animated, that's insane. I'll have to look that up, see why he likes that gun so much. Can't touch him. Always get one hit killed by him. I mean, I get that there's good players out there, but there's some people, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. If you have like a 20-to-1 kill-death ratio, that seems a little bit fucking suspicious to me. Not quite where I want to be, but whatever. Let's fucking do this shit. Ah. Go out into the war. Oh, it is control. Thanks. I was like, I'm hitting all the keys. Because there's times I want to go prone and shoot my own person. Oh, it's because the blue dot wasn't there when I was looking at him. Alright. Oh, there's that motherfucker again. That's right, fuck you. And your fancy ass flashing fucking dildo stick.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO. No second chances.
As long as I get around 20 kills, I'm happy, which is actually my average. At one point, it was actually 26 kills I was averaging per match, which is actually pretty good for me. But ultimately, as long as I'm having fun, that is the main thing. That's not nearly as bad as the last match.
Perseus does not tolerate failure.
What? You took 13 COVID vaccines. What the hell? KSP-45, that dude is, like, not normal. Yeah, I think this will be it for me. So that I can, like, focus better. KSP-45. Where the hell is that thing? Could be in the thing. Ah, there it is. You'll get it at level 37. It is a submachine gun. That's what I thought. I know a lot of people like the bullfrog. I think it looks ugly as shit. Slightly better range. Slightly. Not too far off in Spain. A little better damage. Actually, it looks like I'm a 3-round burst submachine gun. High damage with moderate range. Burst fire spread is less efficient at long range. Okay. Interesting. Because I do like I said, trying out different weapons, see how they perform. Like, I've been playing around with the MAC-10 a bit, and that weapon I do not do well with at all. Oh, it is. That's what I figured it was. Why do they keep changing all the names? I don't understand that. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, it's fucking butt ugly. Like, what the fuck's that big tube underneath? It's not like some big-ass grenade comes out of there. Mind you, PP-19 is a stupid fucking name. I got a PP. It's 19. I'd rather just, bitch, I got a bullfrog. Right? Anyways. So I'll do a little bit of that. Level 37. I'll have to look out for that weapon. Because the dude... So if you buy a blueprint, does that... Oh yeah, if you buy a blueprint, you get the weapon. You just don't get the... I could prove it. Watch this. See? Base weapon is locked. The base weapon is locked. However, I got a blueprint for this bastard. I didn't pay for this. This was free. I can use that weapon. That one looks wicked. That's actually more my playstyle in a way, but I suck at the playstyle. Gotta be humble. Right? I'm more of like a medium range tactical sniper-ish kind of person. I'm not so much like an actual sniper. Not in Call of Duty. It's too fast-paced. The maps are so small. I can't walk around with a big fucking sniper rifle like some people do. They just walk around, and then all of a sudden, boom. Boom. It's like they've got like a magnetized aim. They don't even aim. It's like, it's just automatic. They're like, their barrels bouncing. They're like carrying the gun from the hip. They just aim down, shoot. And it's like a one-hit kill every time. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? Yeah, 50 cal. Yeah. Machine pistol or automatic pistol or something. Oh, okay. I'm just saying it sounds funny. No, I've never played zombies. Hey, Taylor, how's it going? But anyway, so I have to remember that if I ever did want to waste money trying out another submachine gun before I actually unlock it, there are ways for me to get one this way. The harvester. But these bundle... Oh, that's actually a really cheap bundle. 500. Really? What would that cost me? Oh, $7. Yeah, I guess that is still kind of expensive. $7 Canadian, $5 American for a corn on the cob, a fucking cock sticker, and this fucking thing. But I'm weird, eh? Visually, I like weapons that have like a straight barrel without too much in the way, and when you aim down, you get that little aim sight thing. So one of my favorite weapons being the AK-47, right here, my number one love. What I absolutely love about it, I normally don't use a scope, but I was trying to unlock some dots, reticles, is when you aim down the AK-47, it's just so like you can actually three-dimensionally see. Does that make sense? Like you can actually see down the barrel like that of the AK-47 with your little crosshair at the tip. A lot of weapons, when you aim down, you don't get that three-dimensional view. You just get a scope, and it's just like your dot. Like you don't see the barrel past the dot, if that makes any sense. So I find from a aesthetic perspective and a visual one, I find I shoot more accurately if I can get the depth of the gun, if that makes sense. Like if I can actually see down the barrel. Sounds really weird, but that's actually a huge reason why I like the AK-47. Not much, just about to end the stream. The AUG I heard is pretty good. Thank you. Well, I'm leaving now. Horse steroids in the hands. Where? I missed it. I missed the joke. It's like, yeah, I've already been streaming for an hour and a half. I'm just gonna go and relax. I might play a couple more wrestling matches. I might play some Civ. The other thing too, and I'm just being honest, that I like about not streaming when I'm gaming, even if I have a bit of spare time, is sometimes I like playing, like let's say The Sims for like 10 minutes. I go in, do a couple things. I'm out. I'll go into Civilization, play for a couple turns. I'm out. I might play Crusader Kings, play that for a few minutes, look at some shit, do nothing for 10 minutes, go out. Go into my wrestling game, do a match, get out. Go back into Call of Duty, you see what I'm saying? Sometimes I go like sporadic all over the place, and I'm like, I don't think people want to see that in a stream. So I feel like sometimes if I'm streaming, I have to try and go a little easy on how crazy I go flip-flopping out of games. But that's also because there's times where I don't know what I want to play. So I'm trying to get a taste of like 3 or 4 different games to see what I want to commit to for that hour or two that I have spare time. I have tried the Mac 10. It's good, I just suck at it, but it is pretty cool. How do I make you? I don't know. Do you make me laugh? I missed something. I'm slow tonight. You too, Lornal. Oh, you mean like, but you know what I mean, those thoughts with that depth perception with the AK-47? That's what I like about it. How can I make you? Oh, I don't know. I'm hard to please. Anyways, I could go on all night and I won't. So I hope everyone has a good New Year. Like I said, I am going to go shut down my camera, my web browser, my streaming software. That's going to save me like 22 frickin' % on my CPU. I will get 0 frame dips in Call of Duty, which will make the gameplay a little bit better. And I'm still going to, again, try out different weapons. Definitely, so far, the AK I do the best with. This one, I never did all that good, although tonight was a bit weird. Type 63, I'm not too bad with. The M16, I'm better, but I don't like it. I don't like aiming down the M16. It looks weird. That big handle at the top, it's just fucking ugly. The Krig 6 is actually not too bad. It's got that big crosshair again at the end. That big fat crosshair. So when you look straight down the barrel, you can actually see, again, 3-dimensionally your barrel. So I like that. Haven't played this one much. That's about it. Yeah. One day at a time. Hello and goodbye. I gotta go. But yeah, thanks for stopping by for whoever is in here. And if I'm around tomorrow, it shall be probably the usual. Sometime in the afternoon, maybe around 2 o'clock-ish. You as well. And maybe I'll spend tonight trying to figure out what I want to play for tomorrow a little bit more consistently. You as well. And I'll see if I can change a few things, because I have played this game and streamed it at 60 frames, no problem, with no frame dips. And I never get frame dips when I'm not recording, so I know it is on my end of things, like my computer's 7 years old. So I mean, you know, except for my graphics card. But I'm not spending $2,000 on a computer so I can get an extra 5 frames a second stable for one game. It's the only game I struggle with when I'm streaming. I could play it on my PS5, but I mean, let's be honest. I do prefer mouse and keyboard. But yeah. Anyways, Happy New Year's. Hopefully, it's a better new year. It's a better year, rather, this new year, than the shitfest we had last year. And, yeah, like I said, I should be maybe around tomorrow, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still trying to process, which I haven't had a lot of time to do, a list of games I want to go to. Call of Duty still being one of my main ones. I've always been saying that. Still haven't ruled out WoW yet, even though my membership's canceled. World of Warcraft could still potentially be in the table, on the cards. In the cards, on the table, whatever expression you want to use. But I'd have to manage my time better. World of Warcraft, there's no doubt that's my number one favorite game for me to play, stream, where I feel relaxed, never stressed out. I can do PvP, hardcore PvP. You've seen me PvP in World of Warcraft. I get 30, 40, 50 kills and I die. Sometimes like I don't even die in a whole match. I can't do that in Call of Duty, right? So I kind of like to flex in WoW a little bit. Die 2, 3 times at most, get 30, 40 kills. Shit. If I could do that in Call of Duty, I'd be an esports champion. You know what I mean? So, that's another reason why I like to play WoW. I'm knowledgeable about it. I've got, 16 years of experience in that game. So it's kind of hard to fully give it up, but it is a bit time consuming. That's the problem. Thanks. My favorite WoW character, you mean like from a lore perspective or my favorite character to play? Well, I'll answer both, I guess. Both, yeah. My favorite character to play is a combination between my rogue and my druid. I've been more consistent with my druid because he's the typical jack of all trades. He's the one character that can do it all. I want to tank. I want to heal. I want to range DPS. I want to stealth. I missed something. Range DPS, melee DPS, stealth, heal, tank. I could do it all on the druid. Plus, it's just fun. So to me, that's just like, oh my god. Plus, they're just so freaking cool. So definitely, druid has always been one of my favorites. But I like rogue for the gaudiness of it, the big flashy weapons, actually being able to see your transmog, right? Because you're in humanoid form. Whereas if I'm in cat form, sure, I could change out a few different cat forms. But you can't see my weapon or anything like that. Your form, your cat form, or your bear form becomes your weapon, right? So it's less aesthetically pleasing in some ways, but it makes up for that if I play balance. Use Glyph of the Stars, you kind of look like a ghost, you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely druid and a very close second rogue. And then from a lore perspective, I mean, I've always liked Arthas, the whole Lich King thing. Even before Lich King, I've always liked Arthas. I forget some of the names now off the top of my head. One of the other NPCs I think is underrated, just like the voice acting, the lore behind him. If you've ever played World of Warcraft, which I'm guessing you may have, is if you've ever played Night Elf back in the day, there was a mission. It almost makes me want to play the game and go there to show you. Where there's a Night Elf by the dock. No. On the way to Ashenvale from Darkshore, there's a druid. He's called the Sleepy Druid, the Sleeping Druid. I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anyways, terrible voice acting on my part. But he sounds kind of like that, and he's just kind of really silly. And as you escort him into Ashenvale, he just keeps, like, his dialogue is just kind of funny. So to me, he was always kind of one of the more memorable non-big NPCs ever. To build my current PC, oh, not that much. It's pretty subpar. The only thing that's decent about my computer is my graphics card, because I have an RTX 2070 Super that I bought back in March. I get it, the 3090 and all this is out now, but I'm not going to buy a graphics card every year, right? I dropped 950 Canadian dollars on my 2070 Super back in March there, before things got really crazy with the lockdown in Canada. So that was a massive upgrade to my computer. Everything else is just like a 7-year-old SSD. Regular i7 6700. It's not even the K version. No overclock. Fuck all. Stock cooling. 16 gigs DDR4 RAM. Just standard bullshit. It was really high end at the time, though. 7 freaking years ago, back in like 2013, 2014. Oh, it was amazing. Still is now. The only game I can't stream on Ultra at 60 frames with everything open is this Call of Duty for some reason. But sometimes I can. So it's just a bit like, I really want to get into WoW and other PC games, but I'm on a somewhat tight. But yeah, I hear you with that. Yeah, to me, the WoW streams are the best. Well, look at me, not to be cocky. I mean the best in that, like from what I can give. Because I'm more calm, I'm more relaxed, I'm more confident. I'm not all like, on edge who's trying to headshot me and kill me in, one hit. It's just a lot more laid back. It's nostalgic. I can interact with people a lot better. Like I can equally spread my time between playing and talking, even if I'm PvPing. So I just find like overall it's just a better game for me. Call of Duty is not a good game for me to stream, but I do enjoy it. I'm not the best player. I have to ignore the chat while I'm in a match, or I'll die even more. Not really the best, but there's no grind to it, really. Mohawk grenades. Not really. What are those from? Oh, yeah, my card is fantastic. But my CPU is starting to show its age. Definitely. But yeah, anyways, I'll be around maybe tomorrow. And like I said, when I have some time to like decompress and think, that's where I started coming up with a list, like what games should I play. I almost got into The Division 2 as my main go-to game for an online game. But the reason I said no is it's too time consuming. There's some missions that I live streamed that took over an hour, hour and a half. I want to be able to like pull in and out, and that's what he said. Like I want to be able to go in quick if I have to and just get out. I don't want to be like an hour in a mission and then I gotta go. And then when I leave, now I gotta repeat that fucking mission from the beginning. That's too extreme for me. So that was a huge turnoff. But apart from that, the game is a lot of fun, The Division 2. So, yeah. There was a night elf who would give you Mohawk grenades in WoW. It was a... Oh, okay. Oh, I don't remember that. No. Ah, well. Holy cow. Almost 2 hours. Yeah. All right. I should be back tomorrow, maybe, around 2-ish o'clock Eastern Time. Take it easy, and let's hope this year isn't the shitfest that was 2020. Bye for now.